Good day, Nigerians. I must commend the tremendous and proactive efforts of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and its governing agencies, especially those saddled with the responsibilities of tackling emergency health challenges such as this: Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC. World Health Organization, WHO Nigeria, for being on top of their game to control the impact of coronavirus disease, otherwise known as COVID-19 pandemic. Since the outbreak of this deadly disease in December 2019, which had its origin from Wuhan City in China, there have been obviously a state of global pandemonium as it currently affects about 199 countries, having recorded more than 723,124 confirmed cases, with total deaths record of about 33,986 worldwide. There is now a wake-up call to us all as Nigerians, having known that Nigeria has now recorded about 111 cases confirmed, out of which 2 cases have been discharged and 1 death record so far since its invasion into the country on Thursday, February 27, 2020. This is not to make us panic, but to make us stand on our toes to ensure regular self-health hygiene practice like never before. To curtail any further spread of the disease, precautionary and preventive measures have been publicly and globally stated by World Health Organization, WHO, and here in Nigeria, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, to include 1. Regular washing of hands with soap, preferably liquid soap, and running water, or the use of alcohol-based hand sanitizer. 2. Keeping a social distance of at least 2 meters away from people. 3. Coughing and or sneezing into disposable tissue papers and or one's bent elbow. 4. Avoiding touching of the mouth, nose and eyes parts of the body with unwashed or unsanitized hands. Self-isolation of people with suspected symptoms, etc. Furthermore, stringent measures have been taken by the federal and state governments to stop the spread, like the shutdown of public workplaces and centers such as primary, secondary, and tertiary institutions of learning, public and religious gatherings restricted. Right Minds Network has an advocacy and leadership non-governmental organization known for her noble cause End Depression campaign, which was launched since last year 2019, wished to inform the public of her readiness to join in the fight against the spread of the global coronavirus pandemic, also known as COVID-19. To this effect, as the volunteer executive director of Right Minds Network, I pledge my support to the Nigeria Center for Disease Control and the federal government of Nigeria to stop further spread of the virus, as I take responsibility of putting into actions all precautionary and preventive measures, one of which to stay at home in order to avoid any possible contact with infected persons. This applies to all members of Right Minds Network. And so, I call on all well-meaning Nigerians to take this pledge as well and act seriously towards this common goal for the common good of our dear nation. Do not fall victim of the purveyors of fake news, and do not give false or misleading information to cause panic and heighten unsolicited worries. Verify every news before you accept and act on it. All credible information about COVID-19 can be rightly gotten from the website of NCDC or WHO. With the shutdown of activities and places, I would suggest and kindly appeal that all state governments make ready and available to all citizens essential services and or products. Develop a centralized and safe system through which these commodities or services can be accessed to make the fight against the spread of coronavirus in Nigeria realistic and effective. We, the Right Minds Network, encourage everyone at this point in time to reach out to our families and friends to boost faith and raise our hope, and also to prevent people from sliding into depression due to the lockdown. I want to also say that this is a time for everybody on the surface of the earth to come to the realization of the existence of the Almighty God and believe in Him and in His exceptional power and ability to put an end to this, even as we do our bit. To this end, it behoves on us to pray God for intervention. Being that as it is, I want to use this medium to inform all members and fans of Right Minds Network that all physical events of the network are being put on hold until further notice. Meanwhile, online events will be organized and schedules of the events will be communicated in due time. I urge us all to always have in mind the message of being observant of our word, to know when things are right or wrong with people around us, and when they need our subtle and solemn words of encouragement to heal their wounded psychology. As a way of concluding this broadcast, I wish to extend my sincere appreciation to our most respected, exceptional, and highly humane health workers for their relentless efforts day and night, going extra mile to ensure the safety of all Nigerians and all that live within and around us. You are indeed more than words can express. And to all journalists and media practitioners who give up-to-date information, organizational bodies, institutions, individuals who have lived up to their corporate social responsibilities by donating funds in support of the federal government's activities towards curtailing the spread of COVID-19 pandemic. I strongly hope the funds are used for the purposes and intentions they were donated. And I also believe it is for the common good of humanity, and in this case, prevention and rescue of Nigerians from the ugly scenarios of the deadly disease, coronavirus pandemic. Thank you very much. As I say, take responsibility. Hashtag stay at home. Hashtag work from home. Hashtag it's possible. And stay safe. These two will pass away. Let us just keep hope alive. Once again, thank you a million times for your audience, and do have a very good day and a fruitful week ahead with your family. Bye.